And Turkey said, I want to make Inoue against Bam. And I said, sign us up. So obviously, look, there's no contracts, nothing like that. But who else is he going to fight? Like, unless he moves to 126. And even if he moves to 126, who's he going to fight? Like, you've got, if Usyk retires or gets out of the way, you've got number 1 against number 2, pound for pound, fighting each other. It's a massive fight, and it's an amazing fight. And I believe Bam wins, I really do.
Big fights, the biggest fights between Japan and Mexico.
So that'll be Mexicans and Mexican Americans. Of course, there's many great ones.
Yeah, against Japan. The top from both sides.
I don't think that's ever been done before.
This is real season. Then
but yeah, I've been getting a lot of calls. Yes, I've been hearing a lot of they already said early next year. At first it was supposed to be February, now it's January, whatever.
I'm with Malik Max. I think this is much closer to a 55-45 fight, maybe in favor of Inoue. And look, Inoue he's a future Hall of Famer, first ballot. He's an all-time great, so he deserves that respect.
The big one for me would probably be Inoue against Bam Rodriguez.
Oh, okay.
That's tough. That's the one I want to watch.
Yeah. That's a boxing IQ at its
That's
peak.
like Pacquiao and Mayweather. Like, if they would have fought in their prime, you get me? They never did. It was not in the prime. They could still make the fight happen, but it was not in the prime. Right now, Inoue against Bam Rodriguez, brother. Man, I'll pay top dollar. I'll fly to Japan, wherever.
Discussions surrounding a potential mega fight between Naoya Inoue and Jesse Bam Rodriguez continue to pick up steam. Both champions have expressed genuine interest, and the long-anticipated showdown appears to be edging closer to fruition. Bam Rodriguez has left no room for doubt regarding his stance, stating clearly that he would jump at the chance to face Inoue if the offer ever came his way.
All the press clippings, the big elephant in the room, you and Naoya Inoue, you have a big fight coming up. He has a very big fight coming up early next month. You want to go back down, obviously, to fulfill Undisputed, but what would happen if that fight came on the table?
I'm ready whenever. That fight's been brought up just as much as Chocolatito fight back then, so if that fight was presented to me right now, I'd definitely go ahead and take it.
Trainer Robert Garcia has offered a possible time frame for the highly anticipated super fight between Naoya Inoue and Bam Rodriguez, generating significant buzz throughout the boxing community. After years of supporters clamoring for this matchup, the increasing likelihood of it finally materializing has captured the attention of fans and pundits alike.
Is it crazy to think, is it too far of a stretch to see Bam go up against Inoue? I know there's been talk of that, and I know Bam did a few interviews where he mentioned that, he could see himself facing Inoue.
With Inoue and Bam, they both started at 108. They both, it's just that Inoue's a little bit older. He's matured a little bit more body-wise and everything. That's why he's fighting at 122. Not because he's a lot bigger than Bam. I think we're maybe 2-3 years from maybe if Inoue is still, if he's still fighting and if he's still around there, maybe even at 126, in the near future.
Many within the boxing world believe Bam Rodriguez possesses the tools to evolve into the same kind of dominant, multi-weight champion that Naoya Inoue has become. Analysts are already envisioning a future blockbuster at the Tokyo Dome, where Rodriguez's technical brilliance would go head-to-head with Inoue's fight-ending power.
I think it's a problem for anybody, not just Inoue. Just like Inoue is a problem for everybody, I think Bam could be the same problem in the next 2 or 3 years for anybody.
Oh man, it's like power versus skill and technique and footwork. Like, oh man, that is a dream fight, and that's a fight that fills up a Tokyo Dome, especially in Japan.
I think we'll see it in the future. Honestly, I do believe so. I think 2 or 3 years from now, we'll get that fight.
Oh man, that I want to be there for that fight. Definitely, that is a dream fight.
Robert Garcia stressed that taking on Naoya Inoue would demand discipline, patience, and a carefully executed game plan. He praised Inoue's elite-level power and unrelenting aggression, noting that even the smallest error could prove costly. Garcia stated, "Facing someone like Inoue is never straightforward. You have to remain sharp and pick your moments wisely because there's immense power coming back your way. We'd need to fight a highly tactical bout against Inoue. Bam isn't a big puncher like Junto, but he maintains a relentless work rate, stays consistently active, and throws plenty of punches. So we have to capitalize on those attributes. Rodriguez has repeatedly made it known that he's eager for a future encounter with Inoue, confidently saying the fight is inevitable. Despite the difficulty of jumping up 2 weight divisions to face a naturally larger champion at 122 pounds, he has never shown reluctance whenever the subject comes up.
Recently met with Naoya Inoue. If an Inoue fight was offered to you next at 122 pounds, would you take it?
I mean, that's something we gotta discuss with the team. You know, it's a risky fight to take just because I'm moving up 2 weight classes against a natural 122 pounder. So, I mean, we would have to talk about that.
That's another legend that you would want to fight though in the future. Is Inoue, you think, a fight that could happen?
Yeah, of course. Down the line, I've said it plenty of interviews. It's just a matter of time before it does happen.
However, Chris Algieri highlighted the physical and logistical hurdles involved in putting the fight together, emphasizing the size disparity between the two champions. He explained that Rodriguez is still in the process of climbing through the weight classes, whereas Inoue is already a naturally bigger fighter and an established, fully fledged champion at 122 pounds.
I don't know, man. For Inoue, 26 is waiting. Featherweight is waiting. But there is that one fight with Bam Rodriguez. They talked about it at length in the lead up to this fight. Well, could Inoue just keep going with these super fights and welcome Bam Rodriguez to 122 pounds for what would be a massive commercial fight?
Well, Bam is just moving up to 118 now. So then he's got to get another weight class up to 22 to take on Naoya Inoue, who is seems to be growing out of the weight class. I know he didn't look bigger than Nakatani, but Nakatani is just younger and he has the build. But you know, the commentators are alluding to it. It's like is he looks a little tight at the weight, meaning he's holding you know the weight, and maybe it's been a while and he has talked about moving up. I do know some guys that were in camp with Inoue, and they said he's huge. Like he is a big. He walks around big, lean or whatever, but he's a big.
From there, Chris Algieri further explained that Naoya Inoue ultimately holds the keys to when and whether the fight actually happens. He added that Bam Rodriguez has already stated his position without ambiguity, saying he would accept the matchup immediately and without any second thoughts.
Out for Bam to get done with this fight, hopefully wins this fight, and then immediately move up and go right into that fight? Or are you talking he's got to wait for 2 more fights? You know, how fast can Bam get move up? That's really the question, whether this fight's going to happen or not. But really, Inoue's in the driver's seat. Whatever he wants to do is what happens. If he wants to hang out for Bam, Bam 100% will take the fight.
Meanwhile, Jose and Nacho Salcedo dismissed the notion that Inoue is invincible, arguing that Rodriguez has the complete arsenal needed to pose a serious threat. They highlighted Rodriguez's ability to methodically break down top-tier opponents and suggested that his toughness and durability would be critical factors against Inoue's proven knockout capability.
A lot of people might call me crazy, but I think Bam can take him.
Really? Why?
Because they both small guys.
Yes.
You know, Inoue is not a big guy. He's not a giant. He's a tiny guy.
Yeah, we've seen him here.
Yeah, with power, with a lot of skills. But Bam has a lot of skills too.
He's a different animal.
Whoever he has faced, they look amateur against him. It doesn't matter who it is.
And he beat the legends.
And
Eddie Hearn has also thrown his support behind Rodriguez, describing him as a pound-for-pound star in the making and noting that, despite already securing world titles across multiple divisions, he still believes Rodriguez's finest moments are ahead of him.
I think Jesse Bam Rodriguez is a future pound-for-pound #1 of the sport. This guy has so many levels to get to. He's still such a young man. He's already a multi-weight world champion. We want him to unify the division at Superfly. I believe he's going to go on and win world championships at Bantam, at Super Bantam. This kid has it.
Max Kellerman characterized the potential clash as a compelling stylistic showdown between 2 world-class operators. He commended Rodriguez for his exceptional timing, crisp combination punching, and ability to shift tempo, while cautioning that Inoue's superior size, extended reach, and explosive firepower could quickly swing the contest in his favor during exchanges in close quarters.
He still has to prove himself at 118 pounds and 122 pounds before we can say, okay, maybe he can beat the monster.
Fight at a catch weight of 120-something pounds.
Exactly. But I will say this, fighting in the weight classes that he has occupied, flyweight and junior bantamweight, where he's Ring Magazine unified champion, he looks perfect. He's a complete fighter.
Yep.
You see the talent, the natural ability, You see the technique,
Yes.
which is textbook.
The feet.
You see some athleticism. Now he's not dynamic, explosive like Inoue. Okay.
He doesn't hit as
but
hard. You're saying.
he's fluid.
Yeah.
He's smooth with it, and it's not just the hands; it's the feet.
Yes.
And the timing is impeccable.
On the other side, Sean Porter gave the edge to Naoya Inoue, pointing to his wealth of experience, physical strength, and proven track record against elite competition. While acknowledging Rodriguez's speed and technical polish, he argued that the differences in size, power, and overall approach could ultimately prove decisive.
These two right here, I think that gap in that weight actually does matter. I think that gap in that weight, Inoue being slightly older, more experienced and things like that, I am inclined to favor Inoue in this fight, even though I haven't seen as much Inoue as I've seen Bam. But the reason why I favor is because the age gap, the size gap. That's big for the.
Sean Porter also provided a more detailed breakdown of the matchup, explaining how each competitor brings a distinct set of strengths into the ring. He cited Inoue's experience and imposing physicality, while also acknowledging Rodriguez's quickness and technical accuracy, saying the stylistic contrast is precisely what makes the bout so captivating.
Inoue is a monster. He's a monster. So I think that Inoue would be the favorite in on the betting odds and the blah 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 blah. And it's a hell of a fight, but I just feel like there's a gap there. There's a gap there that I don't like.
And just meet at 122. Just Bam comes up.
Bam would be coming because I think Bam settled at 114.
Yeah, he 114.
Yeah.
I'm saying if they do fight.
Oh yeah. You got to meet at 122. Yeah, because he's at 126.
Jaron Ennis has also spoken highly of Bam Rodriguez, describing him as a highly skilled and intelligent operator with excellent footwork and exceptional ring awareness. He believes Rodriguez has the style and ability to cause Inoue serious difficulties if the long-awaited clash finally becomes a reality.
Right? Bam Rodriguez versus Inoue to me is one of the best fights in boxing. I think Bam is he's one of my favorite fighters. But obviously he got to go up and wait a little bit to fight Inoue. How does that fight play out?
I don't know. Bam super nice. I ain't even gonna lie. I like Bam.
You think he can beat Inoue?
I think so. I think he's smart enough, technically sound, got good movement. And he's southpaw, so I think that probably give Inoue a little.
Meanwhile, Abner Mares expressed great enthusiasm about the potential showdown, calling it a genuine matchup of elite-level talent deserving of a place in boxing history. He also praised the resilience and skill of both men, while suggesting that Rodriguez may need to adopt a more cautious, distance-based approach to contend with Inoue's fearsome power.
Big one for me would probably be Inoue against Bam Rodriguez.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's tough. That's the one I want to watch.
Yeah. That's a boxing IQ at its
That's
peak.
like Pacquiao and Mayweather. Like if they would have fought in their prime, you get me? They never did. It was not in the prime. They could still make the fight happen, but it was not in the prime. Right now, Inoue against Bam Rodriguez, brother. Man, I'll pay top dollar. I'll fly to Japan, wherever. I want to watch that.
Abner Mares noted that both fighters have demonstrated an ability to absorb punishment, pointing to Rodriguez's knockdown and subsequent recovery in his most recent outing. He acknowledged Inoue's immense power while commending Rodriguez's speed and sharp boxing ability, expecting Bam to employ a measured, long-range strategy and capitalize on any openings Inoue provides.
We've seen that both fighters could take shots. Obviously, we've seen Bam been knocked down in the last fight, but I see there's power on Inoue's side. There's also speed power with Bam, but you're right. I feel like Bam is more of a IQ fighter, a fighter that fights from the outside, will wait for you to make mistakes. So I think that's going to be the key. If Inoue makes a mistake, Bam.
However, Radio Raheem voiced concerns about the size discrepancy between the two, suggesting it could make the bout less competitive than many anticipate. He also raised questions about whether the timing is optimal, explaining that both champions may still be at different phases of their respective careers and development.
Love Bam Rodriguez. I don't want to see this fight. He's too small. He's going to get washed by Inoue, and it will be devastating to watch because it's a fight that shouldn't even be happening. And yes, I know all this like climbing weight divisions, jumping weight divisions, Crawford, all this, like it's all happening. His Excellency is already trying to puppet string this shit. No, man. No, it's not right. We're not that thirsty. There's enough high-level boxing for this to happen. Let Inoue get older and somehow at some point, hopefully weaker. Let maybe Bam, if it's gonna happen at some point, naturally get bigger. If this fight were to ever happen, which I don't ever need to see it. Bam is in his own lane, bro. He's in literally his own weight class, which he just elevated. Like this is a fight that they're forcing to happen. And it ain't a fight that needs to.
Radio Raheem also cast doubt on whether this is the right moment for such a showdown, suggesting that the two fighters sit at different points in their career trajectories. He pointed to the disparity in experience and established track record at the highest level, arguing that those elements could make the matchup feel unbalanced at this stage.
Not only is this not a right fight, it's not a right fight at this time. Something has to change. Bam Rodriguez today should not go in there with the Inoue.
For his part, trainer Andy Ruiz Sr. highlighted the enormous fan interest surrounding the fight while praising Rodriguez's growth under Robert Garcia. He also recommended that Rodriguez spend additional time acclimatizing to the weight class before taking on such a perilous challenge, given Inoue's relentless aggression, explosive punching, and aggressive style.
It really seems like the fight is Inoue and Bam.
Right.
It seems like the fight, man.
Everyone is waiting for that fight. I think that Robert's done a fantastic job with Bam also. I mean, really. With his whole team, to tell you the truth. Fantastic. I think that's going to be a good fight. I'd like to see Bam acclimate to a new weight class first instead of jumping right into that fire, because that is real fire there. I mean, you going up, that's some real smoke out of that Japanese. Well, he's a kamikaze. He's going in with guns a-blazing. He's going to cause a Hiroshima up in that.
Andy Ruiz Sr. added that the early rounds could be closely contested, but he believes Inoue's size, strength, and physical dominance would gradually become more pronounced as the fight progresses. He also said Rodriguez could make the contest far more competitive if he fully settles into the higher weight division and delivers the performance of his life, admitting it's an extremely difficult fight to call.
That's a tough one.
Who are your favorite in that one?
Inoue.
Do you think it's a very, very competitive fight and Inoue just pulls it away at the end? Does Inoue stop him? How does it kind of look in your eyes, man?
I think it's going to be competitive early, unless he gets in there, Bam gets in there Inoue's actual size and his ability to control that weight is just too much for him. But if Bam can, scale to that next weight class and give us more than what we thought, it'd be a very interesting fight.
On the other side, Showbiz has backed Rodriguez to emerge victorious, citing his composure under pressure, consistency, and the impressive technical growth he has displayed against top-level opposition throughout his career.
Can Bam actually beat Inoue? I actually got Bam. You want to know why? Bam, no matter the level of opposition, hasn't looked beatable. But Inoue has looked beatable.
Seen spooked by the punching power.
I know Inoue is perfect.
It's really predicated off that amazing quick first step.
But Bam is more perfect. Big fact. I got Bam beaten. Sounds diabolical, but I got him beaten. I'm telling you that shit. Listen, I bet you in that fight,
anytime guy starts to look good, Bam just
swat away. The only situation that Inoue would know what to do over Bam is how to respond after being.
Finally, the conversation surrounding the matchup also reflects Inoue's enormous global appeal, particularly in Japan, where a fight of this magnitude would draw significantly more attention than it likely would in the United States. Although Rodriguez's international reputation continues to rise, Inoue remains the undisputed headliner, with the bout carrying major commercial weight and cultural significance within the Japanese boxing scene.
I love me some Jesse Bam Rodriguez. Y'all know I think Monster ain't no monster to Bam Bam. He just Naoya. Y'all know that. But I'm going to tell y'all right now. Monster Inoue is the man. He's the superstar. He is a much bigger name in Japan. That fight is much bigger in Japan than it is here in America. Jesse Bam Rodriguez is not the name over here that Monster is over there. So y'all know where I'm at with it. Bam, gotta get on your Road Warrior shit. You gotta get on your Animal and Hawk shit. You gotta get on your Legion of Doom shit, bro. You gotta take your ass over there to Japan and go whoop Naoya ass, man. I ain't got no problem. If Monster Inoue says the demand for me to fight Jesse Bam Rodriguez and he got to bring his ass to Japan, I'm not batting an eye at it. Number one, because I believe in Jesse Bam Rodriguez. Number two, Monster the A-side, and it's not.
Overall, the discussion surrounding Inoue versus Rodriguez has evolved from a fantasy matchup into a genuine possibility. While questions regarding the weight gap and ideal timing remain unresolved, interest in the fight has never been higher. If the bout eventually comes together, it possesses all the elements needed to become one of the biggest and most meaningful contests of the modern boxing era.